We are today here in Czech Republic in the city called Luže, and the company we are visiting today is Alfa 3. I'm talking here with Martin Pritula.
Welcome.
Hi Martin, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing well. What about you?
I'm absolutely excited when I see lockers around me, and especially lockers production. I'm all good. But this is not the first day you are producing lockers. You have quite a big history behind locker production. Can you walk us through a little bit about the history of Alfa 3?
Absolutely. Alfa 3 was established in 1991, but I would like to draw more attention to the year 2007, which is when the current management took over. Originally, the companies, when we bought it, was split into two production plants. So now you can see that there is only one in Luže, but there also used to be one in Prague. We needed to really focus all the attention into the one production plant here in Luže, the main one. So we needed to shut down the Prague facility, but what we did not shut down was the knowledge that was created there, and that was a lot of optimization with how to do the highest quantities and the highest quality in the very small number of people. So we really sort of were in the startup phase here in Luže, so we need to reinvest all the money. We started to employ, let's say, bigger and bigger part of the local community, really focus all of our attention here to concentrate everything. We started mostly producing metal furniture, wardrobes, workspace cabinets, fireworkers equipment, etc. And about 5 years ago, we took all the knowledge that we had by that point, and we started to focus on parcel lockers that you can see today and that you can also see behind us.
So as I know, this parcel locker part is already 75-80% of your revenue.
Yeah, that is correct. So slowly we were getting more and more orders, and we really wanted to focus on this kind of business, as it's also very interesting for us because it's sort of like the combination of the engineering expertise that we were getting over the decades, but there is also like a lot of things to learn, a lot of things to apply, a lot of things that we can bring. So we were getting a lot of orders from companies like Alfa, which is, you can picture it as sort of like a Czech alternative to Amazon, companies like GLS and Ybox and others.
With Alfa is a good example. I think with Alfa you are working in several countries, not only in Czech Republic. Is it so?
Yeah, that is correct. But currently I think that we produced several thousand of lockers until now. So it is currently one of our main customers.
But this year actually was another milestone for your company. So you told us the history of the company that is quite long, but this year you were injected financial sort of injection from the financial investors. So please a little bit describe about that. How did you find that? Why did you need that? What the story behind that?
So the new investment fund that stepped in and took minor position in our company this year is BHS Securities Versus Investment from Prague, and they really will sort of enable us to grow even faster, to develop more products, and in general, they have a lot of expertise within their groups. So, for example, they have companies under their wings that are focusing on testing of metal. They are doing it mostly for aviation field and also for automotive. So we can really take our boxes, for example, and put them into the testing environments that will simulate the harsh conditions. So we can test, for example, Sahara weather environment. We can test corrosion resistance because, as I was already mentioning, we are sort of like engineering first company. Our management is mostly comprised of engineers, not of managers, economists, or other fields. So corrosion resistance, durability, innovation, it's all very important for us, and we can really test everything that it is exactly as we wish, and that's definitely a big part.
So what is your biggest problem right now, whether this is in production side or this is in sales side? What are your main goals for next year?
Currently, it is still expanding production and also looking into the foreign markets. So currently, we have really big presence in Czech Republic, and we are certain that we can still supply even more. I think that Czech Republic is one of the countries with the highest density of lockers in Europe, if not in the world. So there is still some space, but we want to look abroad, and we also believe that the expertise of not only the investor but also ours will enable us to expand to foreign markets.
Absolutely, thank you for that. Next, we will go through your products and also the production. But thank you so far, Martin, and
Thank you.
see you next episode.
Yeah.
And now we are standing in front of the autonomous solar-powered locker that Alfa box calls Flex. Martin, go us through, please. What are the specifics of that locker?
100%. So we already introduced Alfa Box Prime, and that is sort of the main solution that connects to the grid. It can have all the features, but what we see more and more is sort of the demand to have as many features as possible while not being limited by the grid. So Flex is an answer to that. So as you see, it is a solar-powered locker that is combined with a battery. But we can also make it, for example, just with big batteries, so it lasts several months. It has all the necessary equipment that makes it comfortable to use. So as you see, we have full rotational security camera, we have lighting, we have solar panel, we have touch screen, and we can also have barcode scanner and payment terminal if necessary. One important thing is that we have calculator that can sort of detect how much sunlight is in a location where you want to place the locker, and based on that we can add as few or as many solar panels as necessary to make it autonomous, so that you don't have to step in, you don't have to replace batteries. So that is sort of our aim with this product. So it really focuses on the comfortable use while making it possible without a connection to the grid. Just like the Prime, we are using the very robust construction. We are using special Altron material that is C4, C5 corrosion resistance. So 15 years of life without corrosion is sort of the minimum that we are claiming. It can be 25 years in sort of the general European conditions. And yeah, what you can also see inside the locker is that it has limiter for the doors so that it will not open too much. It is very easy to maintain, so it has no surface thanks to no painting thanks to the special material, so you don't have to be afraid of it getting worn out. And we have very easy to replace lock. So the locks are durable, but you know that sometimes people will just try to damage it for some reason. You can take it out and replace it without disassembling big part of the box.
And I saw that the doors are also reinforced from the inner side.
Yeah.
That this gives a lot of the stability. Also, I see that there are some kind of suspenders so that clicking will not be so heavy.
Yeah, so it is created so that it is not loud when you are closing the door. The double-plated doors just make it more durable. It will stay in a good shape over a long period of time. We have special developed plastic material. This is not a general plastic because general plastic will deteriorate after some years of UV light, sunlight. This is made sort of from a type of plastic that is not prone to this. And the reason for us using it is because if, for example, we would use metal and someone would hit it with a tray, because it would be, for example, in front of a shopping center, the layer would peel and it would be prone to corrosion. So this is also securing the box in this regard.
It's probably also easy replaceable, this.
Yeah, it is 100% replaceable.
And now comes the hardest question, not the hardest one, but the most asked question. You have a solar power, but what if there is no solar sun shining? How long your battery will stay without?
Of course, that is tricky because the answer is that it depends on the size of the battery inside. In general, we are aiming for several weeks of operation if there is really no sunlight, but we can really tailor it to the weather. So as I was saying, we have a calculator, we can put in a bigger battery, and the goal of it is to really make it autonomous. But we also had some requests for some of companies that are interested in this product, and they are asking for a very big battery that will last for several months, let's say more than half a year without a solar panel. So it is really adjustable, and the aim is to make it out.
Tell me about the extension of that model. Can it be extended if
100%. So like all the Alpha boxes that we are producing, it is built with a modular construction. So because as you can see, these are all individual modules and we can add as many or as few as you need. So the parcel locker can be as small as you can see here, or it can be as big or maybe a little bit bigger than the Prime is currently. So it can be really adjusted.
This is one thing I noticed, that we have 3 different types of lockers in a row here. And exactly as you said, the columns are standard. So, so in a sense that they, with a naked eye, you cannot even separate what is what. They are so similar. And I think this is very good from the service point of view, from the branding point of view, from everything that is important in parcel locker delivery.
Yeah, so that is definitely the goal. It's also easier and faster to manufacture it this way.
What about the anchoring? Because one thing manufacturers always say that this is very easy to install. It takes only 15 minutes or 2 hours or whatever. What are the anchoring options for this locker?
Yes. So for this, there are several types of anchoring possible. So we can have ballast in the base of the locker in case that cannot be. We can also put weights in between the individual modules so that it really is fast to deploy. If you would need to use anchoring, which is also possible, then we also have sort of extendable bottom so that it covers the.
Let's talk about the connectivity. Is it always on, always connected, so that the central database can always monitor the situation of the locker?
Yes, that is the case. So we have 24/7 monitoring. It is cloud-based, always connected, over-the-air updates, so we can also update the whole screen without the need of on-site maintenance. So yes, it is always connected.
So what is your prediction in a sense that what is the future of lockers? Is it traditional lockers or is it autonomous lockers? Because it seems that autonomous lockers, they are already very, very sustainable. There shouldn't be very big problems with the energy at all. Will they take over the traditional lockers?
I think so. I think that it will still be some sort of combination, because when you have the Alpha Box Prime, it just can have all the functionality because it can be connected with the grid. You don't have to pay for the solar panels and batteries and things like that. But as the battery development is progressing and it is easier and easier to make the box last longer on the single charge, I believe this is a solution that will be dominating in the future, because it just is the most versatile and you can easily deploy it wherever necessary.
And you mentioned in the beginning that you have still a solution without a solar panel with a bigger battery. So for the car parks, for the locations where there is no natural sunlight at all, you have still a solution for this flex locker.
Yeah, it is something that we are currently developing. It already exists. And, really, we can put in a battery that can last for over half a year to make it work without the need for a solar panel. But the flex, as you see here, is fully autonomous because the energy that it takes via the solar panel is sort of balancing the output that is needed for the operation.
Absolutely. Thank you, Martin, for this presentation. I really hope that this autonomous locker will be a success also for you.
Thank you very much.
Now we are talking about Alfa Box Lite with Rostislav. So Rostislav, tell me please how this Lite is different from the Flex we just introduced.
Well, the Alfa Box Lite is the last parcel locker from the Alfa Box family, and this is characterized by a couple of features. It is fully battery operated locker, and it was designed for the places far away from the city district to be placed in the villages and similar places. It could be considered as an economy version of the Alfa Box products, as it is operated only by battery, and therefore it has a very low energy consumption. So you can see the very simple, let's say, keyboard and small screen. And when you would like to make it fully autonomous, you will put a a solar panel on it, and that you achieve the fully autonomous locker, for which could be very appreciated by the clients located at the places where there is no connection to grid, to electricity.
And how long this battery can last without solar additionally?
Yeah, it's a good question, Andrei. Depends on the type of the battery, the equipment, on the functions that are expected to be provided by the locker. We can say it could be half year up to 2 years, depending on the specification.
Okay, so basically for the use case for that is non-urban areas or rural areas with longer distances with less possibility to service the locker from the service point of view.
Yeah, exactly. Also, it is important to recognize that the locker is manufactured from the special material, which is a brand new for Alfa 3. The material is called Altron, and this is the material similar to stainless steel, considering the features of the stainless steel. So it is good for the severe conditions which has to face in the reality in the place.
And from the operational point of view, it can serve all parcels, first mile, returns, everything. It has a scanner, so every operation can be supported.
It is based on the rest of our Alfa 3 products, Prime and Flex.
So thank you, Rostislav. I think this fills in the gaps very well. I think you have quite a versatile product range that can be fit into the very busy city center and very not dense rural areas. Alfa 3 has been developing quite a good product mix.
It was developed, in fact, based on the requirements from our clients, and as you said, we filled up the gap in the market with such type of locker.
Good, Rostislav. Thank you for that, and hope to see those lockers in the field soon.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Andrei.
So, Alena, we are now talking about your flagship product, your Prime, AlsaBox Prime. This is a traditional locker you have been producing for the longest time. And could you please walk us through what is the locker, what are the parameters, and what are the characteristics?
Okay, thank you. Let me introduce our most expanded product, AlsaBox Prime, which is a terminal solution. It can stand everywhere where there is the electricity, and because it is always connected, it can has a lot of functions and additional equipment. The typical equipment is the touchscreen display, the scanner, and the camera and the lights, but it can also have various add-ons based on the customer requirement. Like payment terminal lights, for example. Some customers are also coming with specific requirements like additional printer or specific sensors like infrared sensors for the package presence or various sensors for the shaking of the parcel locker and so on. So all these features we are able to implement in this solution.
And this is the product you have been producing the most during the years, but this is not still the old same product, because what comes to the physical appearance, then you have added here some beautiful details from the plastic. Can you show us what those orange plastic details are?
These strips are protection against rain, against the raindrops. We used to make it from metal, but now we are making it from plastic, which is durable plastic for outdoor environment. We decided for the change because it's much more reliable in time. It also looks better, and it can even survive small pressure or some kind of punch. It's not just that it looks better, that it feels better, but it also can look better. So, for example, in this case, we made it in a fancy orange color, but it's based on specific customer needs, what color he will choose and what the final design will look like.
And I really like on that locker, I like the finishing quality and the stable outlook. I think this is one of the best outlooks also from the surface. How did you manage to get this kind of quality on the metal?
We are always trying to make some new inventions to achieve the best quality. So we are now using the plastic ribs. We are using a new metal sheet that was already mentioned here today. And we are always making some small improvements or even bigger improvements for better functionality, easier production, and therefore a better environmental impact and for the happiness of the customer, of the final customer, because in fact it is what matters.
And although now the new solar-powered lockers and autonomous lockers are sort of driving, then still this traditional grid power locker has a solid state in your client's portfolio and has also future in your mind.
It is definitely a future because some of our clients are focused on a very big solutions with many compartments, with big movement of packages. And in that case, this is definitely the best solution for them.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for discussion. I really like the product. I really think that this is one of the nicest products available in the market. So wishing you, Alena, everything good in the future.
Thank you very much.